Hello, Edwin.
Good afternoon, Julissa. How are you?
Well, really great. I'm super excited to have you in this live. Today, I wanted to share with each and everyone that's watching us the great opportunity to introduce you, Edwin Charles from Baldwin Home Care. We actually had the great privilege of meeting over a year ago through one of our networking groups, actually a networking group that we love and appreciate very much, which is the Broward Elder Care Network, short for Ben. And
Mhm.
through that network, we have been able to not only meet, become friends, but really connect in this space, which is really fun to us, which is the elder care um, community. So, hello, Edwin.
So, hi. You're spot on, and thanks, Julissa, for putting this together. You and the Santos group, of course. The beauty of the Broward Elder Care Network is the fact that companies like the Santos Group, realtors like the Santos Group, and Baldwin Home Care, our agency, were able to merge forces. And when our forces are able to work together, it's really empowering. It's empowering for us, and it provides a lot of relief to our clients. You're a realtor. We have a home health agency. Uh, our senior space is one and the same. We cater to people at home. We cater to people in assisted living facilities, but a lot of times when we're catering to people at home, they've been in their homes for years and many, many years. And there comes a time when they can no longer be at home. Hence, the beauty of having a real realtor connection, right? I'm able to call you and say, I have a Mr. or Mrs. Smith who's looking to leave the big space that they're in and move on to the next phase of their life. And this is where you come in and you use your level of expertise. And a lot of times for me personally, the care that I provide to the client still doesn't go away. If they move into an assisted living facility and you're able to sell their home and or help them downsize, we're always in touch with the client. And
And as you know, for me personally, from experience, when my dad was in heaven now, when we were going through his health issues, we needed someone by our side, like your company, being able to provide a home care taker that was able to, or a helping hand for the family was very, very necessary. And we're excited that you have a group of professionals that are able to assist. Um, we work with other families that we come across when we're trying to help them, either families downsize or have a parent move to an assisted living facility, or be able to, an adult community, whatever the case may be able to help them in that transition in life and be able to have the different components. And that's where your company comes in.
And the Ben Group, again, the Broward Elder Care Network, which you alluded to, is a vast group, and there are, I would say, around 15 of us who occupy different spaces within the elder care community. And I tell clients or even prospective clients when I meet them, not only am I letting them know how great we can be for them, but I'm letting them know that I'm kind of like the easy button. Remember that commercial?
Yes.
They can hit the easy button, and I could relay them to a realtor. We have an elder law attorney. We have a financial advisor. We have a move in or moving specialist, right? There are so many. We have a rabbi, and it goes on and on. And these are all people who can facilitate that transition, excuse me, and transaction that you just spoke of. You know, the transition is, it can be overwhelming in that later phase of life. And all we want to do is make it easier on those who are asking for our help. And how much easier can we make it for them by then telling them we have 14 or so friends who occupy different fields within their space?
Yeah,
It's
no, and I'm actually glad that you mentioned that, because that's precisely the advantage that we have, that we're a resource center. And actually what we did is, and most of us in the group have done, is be able to provide those resources. Like, for example, someone that's visiting our website at the Santos group, they can easily just go to the Elder Care Resource tab and be able to come across your information, your contact information, and everybody else that's part of the network, to be able to be that liaison and to make that transition from A to Z as easy and as accessible to all those that need it. And it's a great advantage. It really is.
And you know, when we talk about our group, and I know you're as proud of it as I am, the group has in fact been in existence over a year, as you said earlier, and we know each other. We know how proud we are. We know each other's families through all of our conversations, what we've personally gone through, and we're equipped. And it's fun to be around people who are equipped, knowledgeable, and who will represent you well, right? Because that's what you want. Eyes closed, I want to say, I have a realtor. Stop, don't move any further. Here's her card. Speak to Julissa, and she will get you all the information that you need. And knowing full well that once I hand that card over, I can walk away from that part of the transition, knowing full well that you'll handle it to the best of your ability in a way that I would handle it if I was an expert, which you are. I'm not in that field.
Definitely. Definitely. And just like you, and at the end, I'm going to show the list of professionals that are part of the BEN, as we call it, group. So people know exactly where they can go and access their information. I mean, from, like you said, having an attorney that can set up their estate planning, long-term care planning, whatever it is, from an attorney all the way down to home care, financial, like it has all the different components that someone would need to be able to make sure that that transition in life runs as smooth as possible. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about what Ben Baldwin Home Care is all about, and how it came about, and exactly it is that you're able to provide those clients that are needing your service.
Well, Baldwin Home Care came into existence officially in July of 2022. It came about in a way that was truly unexpected, but once I started to do a deep dive into the field, the industry, I knew it was something that was for me. Caring about people, families, and helping to deliver in what I promised. And you know, I have elderly parents. My dad is 90, my mom is 85, and our co-founder, she also has elderly parents, and the needs of these four people are all different. And we start to think about all of our friends and our extended families, and how important for them it was to have knowledge about what we were looking into, because you know, this kind of creeps up on you. Everyone getting you know, our parents getting old, that kind of creeps up on you. I remember my dad when he was like me. You know, that's the dad I remember. But now, you know, when you fast forward all those years, you see you know, an image of who he was. He's still that strong, tough guy, but he's not the same. And he has needs. And you know, we took classes. We did it the right way. We became certified senior care managers, and really dug into the different aspects of aging and geriatrics. So we did it with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and we wanted to create a company in our image. And we became fully licensed in December of 2022. And from then on, it was a matter of building relationships and telling people how passionate we were about accomplishing a goal for families, one family at a time, and really following through to the very end. In our industry, in our practice, if you will, we know all of our families. You know, Baldwin Home Care, we know all of our families. We don't only know the clients, we know the families, and the families contact us, and that really personalizes the relationships, which is what we're going for.
And someone that calls Baldwin Home Care, like what are some of the services that you're able to provide a family that is seeking your expertise?
Thank you for asking that. You know, we're a private care agency, and the agency, we cater to seniors who are looking for assistance, and many times we've also catered to people recovering from surgery. Many times people don't want to leave their homes. They've been in their homes for 30, 40 years, and they want to stay home, but they need assistance with their activities of daily living. And we provide great people who are vetted by us personally. Everybody who comes on to Baldwin Home Care has been vetted by our team. The right questions have been asked. They are all level 2 certified. Their background checks are certified. They are licensed to do what they do, the CNAs and the home health aides, the certified nurse assistants. I said CNA one time.
Yeah, I was going to say
what's that
that.
acronym, right? Someone said, what's a CNA? Well, the certified nurse
and what
assistant.
is a level 2?
And you know, it's a background check, right? We want to make sure that we have good people, honest people who are working. And the certification, it comes through the Association of Healthcare Administration, which is called ACA, another acronym. And you know, once they're certified with ACA, and they provide the adequate licensing and show us their documentation and go through our approval process, then we bring them on, and we let them know that they need to care for people as though they were caring for relatives, parents. It's really,
And for
that's
someone that's reaching out, they want to be able to provide this home care for their family member. Is there like a minimum amount of hours required? Is there a specific location that you cater to? Like, what are the specifics?
So we cater to Broward County. We are licensed in Broward County. And with respect to hours, we like to say 4 hours per visit. Sometimes, you know, someone needs 4 hours 3 days a week. Someone would need 4 hours maybe every day of the week. I have a client who needs 4 hours right now, 1 day of the week. But the per visit, it is 4 hours. That is our requirement, and we think it's honest and fair.
And do you have care aides that speak other languages? What languages do you provide for those that may not be English speakers that may need that service?
I mean, look at where we live, Julissa. You and I talk about languages all the time, right? I come from a background of 5 languages myself, and most of those languages are carried out by our team. English, French, Spanish, Creole, those 4 languages are carried out by our team. The other language for me that I was referring to, because I said 5, was Italian. I haven't run into an Italian client yet, but English,
But it's
French,
available.
it's available. English, French, Spanish, and Creole are those predominant languages here in our South Florida region. And we have caregivers that speak those. We have male and female caregivers, which is a big thing. Some people would prefer females, some people prefer males, depending on the situation. We have both. We've been very, very fortunate. We've never lacked in the ability nor to hire or provide the right caregiver for the right situation. And we take a lot of pride in that, for sure.
Yeah. And for example, there's, a lot of different, diseases or treatments. Is there any particular that you find that you have more people reaching out for? Is it just for just being there for the patient? Like, for example, in my case, my example was my dad had dementia. So do you have like people that specialize with caring for people with that type of disease or that need special caring for?
Absolutely. So dementia care is a big one. And I am actually certified in dementia care. That was part of my personal training. And the reason why I thought that was important was whenever one of our caregivers was going through a hard time, because, the disease it's a wicked disease. You know that, when someone is struck with dementia, even at the onset, there are periods where they are not themselves. And, if you've gone through training, you know that that is not the true person that is that you're dealing with. So you have to understand that it is not really them, but the disease taking over. So to your point, we have many of our caregivers who are certified in dementia/Alzheimer's training. It is documented by us. We have that in their profile. So when somebody requires that, when they tell us a little bit about a family member and what they're going through, or we go to a facility and we meet the director of nursing. I had a conversation with the director of nursing yesterday, and she told me a little bit about a client that we started care for today, who is unfortunately struck with dementia, and told me what her behaviors were like. So I had to make sure that we brought a caregiver who could understand that and who could really, really care for this client the right way. So yes, we do have specialists. We do investigate the cases one by one, and we try to match families and caregivers to the best of our ability.
That's great. And I was gonna show the page to see if anyone wanted to reach out to you, what would be the best phone number and site to reach you at.
So our site is baldwinhomecare.com. The business number is for all to see. It's the 954-852-5455 number. Again, 954-852-5455. We could be reached at that number. And, most of the time when you call us, it is ownership, myself, really, picking up and ready to cater to everyone's needs.
Yeah. No, and I have to say that not because we have our friendship, but you've been very receptive, very open, and very caring, which is very important. And like you mentioned, is a family oriented company. So, and you already have from experience, your parents, your in-laws that need this catering, and you really provide it with great heart to the community. And that's what's really great about it, that whoever's going to reach out to your company is going to know that firsthand. They're going to be catered to and they're going to be taken care of, and making sure that what you're offering is the right service that the person or the family is needing, which is great. I wanted to share the screen. Let me see if I can do this. You know that we're live and some things may go off.
It's okay.
Let's just see. Let's just see. But if you were to go on our website, the santosregroup.com, and on the right hand side, you go to the drop down, you'll see Eldercare Support and Resources, and you'll see all the different members of our networking group, and you'll come across Edwin Charles, and his information will be there, exactly what he mentioned, plus a link to his site, so you can be able to see in detail all the services that he provides and all our other colleagues. So this is really great information, and I encourage everyone that's watching this video to share it with your contacts, your family and friends. If you're having someone in your family or someone that you know that is needing this service, you know, to definitely reach out to Edwin. If you know someone that's needing to downsize, needs to move to an adult living facility or relocate to another type of venue for accommodating their needs, we're here to help you on the real estate side as well, and be able to provide you with all of our other contacts that are ready and available to assist you. And as we mentioned, from A to Z, anywhere from here we have home care, home services with real estate, financial, attorneys, at every single bucket is we're able to provide it for you. So Edwin, thank you so much for taking your time today. This was great. Looking forward to other opportunities to connect with our community and be able to be of assistance and help to all those that are in need of our services.
Thank you, Julissa. You were great. This was a great idea and opportunity to really share what we've done and what we continue to do. So I thank you very much.
Thanks to you.